Headphone maker AIAIAI has just launched these, the TMA-2 DJ Wireless headphone. So these now join the standard TMA-2 DJ headphones and the TMA-2 XE entry-level headphones in much the same way as they've done with their studio headphones, where you've got the three. You've got a wireless version, a wired version, and an XE entry-level version. So these are designed for DJs rather than for producers or for anyone else, first and foremost. And as we're going to see, there's some changes that they've made here which make them ideally suitable for DJs. The biggest change is this part here, which is the new S11 speaker unit. Now, AIAIAI headphones, as you probably know if you know this brand, are modular. So you buy all the parts separately. You can go onto their website and buy the headphone units, the speaker units, the ear cups. There's lots of different types. You can buy headbands, you can buy cables and so on. These are just a set of all the parts that you need to make what they're calling the TMA-2 DJ wireless headphone. That's what you're getting here. However, that part is important because this part here is new in that it's got Bluetooth in it, it's got W+, which we're going to get onto, which is the wireless technology designed for DJs, and you can put a wire into it. It's all built into this, which is new. They used to have their wireless stuff in the headband on previous types of headphone like this. So there's something new going on here. Let's talk though about wireless and DJing. Why? Well, two reasons. Why not just use what's out there? I mean, every headphone we've got is wireless, right? You know, in day-to-day life. Because Bluetooth has got a large latency or delay between what happens on the equipment, on the DJ gear, and what you hear, which is a complete no-go. And so if you want to DJ with wireless tech, you don't want the cables between you and your DJ gear, then you need something else. And that's what this W+ technology is about. Now, that said, the W+ technology in these, again, is different. Even though AIAIAI's W+ protocol was something that they put into their studio headphones and they also put into their Unit 4 speakers, the way they've implemented it here is slightly different because these units use high quality, so it's 48 kilohertz, 24-bit audio, but because they've decided in this instance to compress the audio, it comes across at 320 kilobits per second compressed, as opposed to on the studio headphones where it doesn't, where it's uncompressed. They've got the latency down to 9.2 milliseconds, which is indistinguishable because the human ear can't really hear below 10 milliseconds latency. So effectively they sound like the audio has got no delay on it at all, which is what you want. They've got 20 hours of battery life, 20 meters of range, and so with all the other bits I'm about to show you, they are a pretty good choice for plugging into DJ gear should you want wireless headphones in the DJ booth. Now, the piece of DJ gear I've got here is the Roland SP404 Mark II, because I've just been reviewing it, and it's a pretty unusual piece of DJ gear. You can use it with Serato, which is why I've been reviewing it. But look, anything, any controllers like we've got here, anything that's got a headphone socket on, these will work on. So how do you get the audio from the headphones into there without a wire? Let's look at that next then. So that is done by this little unit here. Now remember, this is a modular company, so this, you can go and buy this unit. It's called the X03 transmitter. And the X03 transmitter has got a battery in it. I've heard that you can actually charge the headphones from the transmitter. I'm not sure if that's true. It's not in the instruction manual. Anyway, it's got a battery in it and it's got sockets in it for mini jack audio input. So this is where you plug your headphones in, and they provide a cable for doing that. That's this cable here. So you plug one end of this into here and the other end simply goes into your DJ gear, into its headphone socket there. And then you turn it on by pressing the button here and you turn your headphones on. They'll pair up. And then that's it. It's just transmitting, and you get, I think this has got about 30 or 40 hours of battery life, and these have got 20, so plenty. And so that's how it works. Now you can actually plug in this one here as well, which is a USB-C cable. So this can be used for charging either unit, but also you can now plug this into your computer and you can use the headphones there as well. So they're quite versatile in that manner. However, we're sticking to talking really about DJing now and whether these headphones live up to the promise of easy wireless DJing in the DJ booth. And that's what we're going to look at in this review. Right, so first impressions of these headphones. Well, you're either going to like or you're not going to like these. You're either going to think these are the last word in understated minimalist design, or you're going to think they're frankly a little bit boring. Me, I love them. I've always liked this. They don't look any different to any headphones this company has made. You know, the differences tend to be very, very slight. And yeah, you're going to like or hate this. I mean, I'd say design-wise, they are very easy to use. There's not, you know, I like the couplings, for instance. They're nice and they're not going to break, right? There's so many headphones break at the couplings. They're unfussy. And so look, if that's you, you're going to like them. They are actually not symmetrical. So what do I mean by that? Well, here, the left and right units are slightly different from each other. And so this one here has got a socket where you can plug in a wired lead, right? So this is a wired lead. This comes with the headphones, and that means that you can use them like normal headphones. You can simply plug them in and you don't need to charge them. You don't need battery. You don't need anything. You just plug this in and plug it into your DJ gear. Good fallback, or good if you don't want to use wireless for whatever reason. This one has got a USB-C socket on it. So that's where you would plug this lead in to charge them, or any USB-C lead, of course, to charge them. And also this one has got a small joystick here. And the joystick controls the functions of the headphones. It's mainly things like the pairing and switching between Bluetooth and W+ and so on. Although if you're in Bluetooth mode, that's where you do fast forward, back, skip, mute when the calls come, when you get a call, and calling your digital assistant and all that kind of thing, right? So all the standard stuff. Like I say, there's a microphone on there as well, so you can take calls if you're just wearing these in the street or whatever. Now, this pair came pre-built. Thank you, AIAIAI. They've obviously seen me assemble their headphones with one of the ear cups upside down, which I have done in the past because, hey, that kind of works. But the locking mechanism here on the one that's got the analog input is on this one, and this one here, where you plug in the lead that goes all the way around, is not locking, and I've put that on upside down before now. So if you do, when you get these, they'll be all in separate parts. They're very easy to put together, but make sure you don't make that mistake. Also, the version we got sent to review had this rather nice case, which I've not seen before, which is big enough to hold everything I'm showing you now, and I like it. But I'm sure they won't come with this case. I'm sure they'll come with the standard kind of floppy material case, which is nice, but not as good as this. This will be available separately. Okay, so let's talk about getting them working. So the initial thing you're going to want to do on these is actually install the app on your phone. So the app on your phone lets you adjust the sound profile. So it gives you balanced, bass focus, listening, and custom, where you can change the 5-band EQ to whatever you want. So they kind of say bass focus is probably the one to DJ with. I actually preferred listening because it gives you a bit of a boost in the bass, but also it gives you a boost in the hi-hats, and I tend to mix so it happens by hi-hats. But flat is pretty close to the studio headphones. You want to use it in a more challenging environment where it's important to hear absolutely everything as it is. And as I say, you can customize it. There's nothing else on here apart from firmware updating. And the nice thing is that once you set your headphones how you want them with this, you can turn off the Bluetooth on the headphones, get rid of that, and then they'll continue to be set the way you want them. And that's kind of it. You know, the headphones should get out of your way. And in use, once you've done that, once it's plugged in and ready to go, they just act like headphones. The sound quality is excellent. They are nice for DJing with. This style of headphone has always been nice for DJing with, as far as I'm concerned. They sit nicely around your neck. They're nice and bendy. You've got all the stuff that AIAIAI headphones have always given you, but now it's wireless in a version that works well for DJs. Now, the clamping along with the memory foam is highly isolating. Now, there's a good and bad there. The good is that in a DJ booth, even when it's very loud, you can then isolate yourself from what's going on and listen to the next track, properly listen to it. Do I want to play this? You know, some headphones won't let you do that because they're not loud enough and there's too much bleed. If you play music through these and put your hand over them, you can hear how isolating they are, because play them really loud and cover them both up, you won't hear anything. They're very, very isolating. Isolating plus decent drivers equals good for the DJ booth. So I've got no complaints there at all, certainly compared to the other ones. We did test them with Bluetooth because you have to. Yes, everything worked fine, as I was saying earlier, and yes, the wire works as well. So they're a solid choice. There are other headphones out there for DJs. For instance, and of course I'm talking wireless DJing here, the HDJ F10 from Alpha Theta have been launched to go with their XDJ-AZ DJ controller or DJ system, which doesn't need the transmitter because it's built in, and presumably they're going to make more gear with a transmitter built in at some point in the future. So if you're buying higher end Alpha Theta gear, you might want to look at these as well. But these are an example, very, very different kind of headphone to these. They're a lot clunkier. They've got the big couplings, and you might like them, you might not like them. People have different preferences. For me, I do prefer the more minimal headphone. I think they're lighter, they're just more kind of more for less, if you know what I mean. There's less of them, but they do the same job. These are fully over ear cups. These are more on ear, but they do isolate very well. These are kind of halfway between on ear and over ear, I would say. They always have been that way, the AIAIAI ones. And these are not the only ones. There's another set of headphones out there that are wireless from a company called Scar. Now you may know Scar because we cover their PA speakers. They're a wireless protocol that's very, very good for PA speakers. But their transmitters are pretty big and bulky. They're nothing like this. And they're harder to set up for DJs. So really, for DJs, you are probably looking at one of these two here. So they certainly completely for DJing are far better than the studio headphones from the same company. And so because there aren't actually that many headphones like this out there, in truth, I've just given you what's available. These are likely to do well if you're the kind of DJ that wants it. And some DJs scratch their heads and say, why the hell would I want to DJ without a wire? And other ones are like, why can't I just use Bluetooth? Well, we've already talked about Bluetooth being no good for this kind of thing. But if you still like the idea, then this protocol or the Alpha Theta one are the only ones out there for you. All I would say is if you've never tried it, and I was completely like, well, what's wrong with replacing the wire? But then I remembered I was the same about earbuds, right? And now my AirPods are probably my favorite tech gadget of all time because I just use them everywhere. And so there is something liberating about being cut free from the cable. So I would say try it if you can get a chance to have a go. It might just be for you. And if it is for you, then these are right up there with the very best as the way we would recommend to do it. I think they're going to do really, really well. The TMA-2 DJ Wireless headphones from AIAIAI. You can read the full review of these headphones over on the Digital DJ Tips website. Plus you can see our articles, videos and guides that talk you through all different ways that you can get rid of the wires in every part of your DJ setup. As I say, it can be quite fun to do just that. Till next time then, this has been Phil in the Digital DJ Tips DJ School studio saying get good, get out there, make the moments, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.